My name is Diana Sanchez. I'm one of the international programmers here at TIFF. I do the Latin American filmmakers. I'm so excited that we're going to be having Sebastián Lelio's latest film at the festival tonight. So amazing. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge that tonight's event is taking place on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of New Credit and the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat, and we are very grateful to have the opportunity to work in the community. Thank you. Thank you. So I love presenting films at this theater, the Visa Screening Room at the Princess of Wales. We thank Visa Canada for making this possible. Also, this is important, this film is eligible for the Gross People's Choice Awards, so make sure you vote online at tiff.net/vote. And a big thank you to VVS Films, A24, and Film Nation Entertainment for providing us with today's film. So we've had quite a few of Sebastian's films here at the festival. We had his third feature, The Year of the Tiger. Yes, it was really good. We also had Gloria. Did you guys see Gloria? I love that movie. Last year we showed two of his features. We showed his first English language film, Disobedience, which was a huge hit. And of course, A Fantastic Woman, which won an Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. So I think he's one of the most talented filmmakers around. His films are always infused with this energy, an authenticity that I love. They're very warm. And this evening film is no different. It's called Gloria Bell, and it's my great pleasure to welcome Sebastián Lelio to present it.
Thank you, Diana. It's such a pleasure to be here. I want to thank TIFF for receiving us. It feels like home. And I want to thank Film Nation for supporting this film, being our great partners. And A24, it's great to be working with you guys. We'll be here at the end to talk, to give any explanations or answer your questions. But I want to say that this film exists mainly because of my admiration for Julianne Moore. And as a team, we feel very lucky to have had the chance to put together a great group of actors, a great cast. And to keep it short, I want to thank all of them and to invite to this stage some of the actors that are here and that will be at the end as well. Brad Garrett. Another great reason to make this film, Mr. John Turturro. And the Queen, Julianne Moore. That's it. Have a nice trip.
Hello. Let's welcome back Brad, John, Julianne, Sebastian for the Q&A. Congratulations. Over here. Well, I really would like to know, Sebastian, all of you, what was it like remaking your own film? Because we showed Gloria here a few years ago, 5 years ago. And can you just talk a little bit about how this came to be? It's so wonderful.
Well, thank you, everyone, for the great response. Well, it was, we met in 2015, and I thought that Julianne, I knew that she liked the original film, and we met for a general meeting, and then she was so generous when she was talking about the first film, and she was so into it that I was very touched. And then, but then I was about to start shooting 2 films, so I wasn't really thinking about reimagining this film. And after an hour of talking, I said to Julianne, like, I'm so honored and thank you, and I, totally get it that you don't want to do it. And then she said, no, I would love to do it, but only if you direct it. And I heard myself saying, and I would only do it if you play the role. And then I went like, oh. And then the process has been really like wonderful, like a process of revisiting your own materials and trying to actualize them and find wherever is universal in them and find a new vehicle for those elements and to try to make them resonate with the current times. And so I would say it's been a process of the joy of filmmaking and the privilege of working with such amazing actors. It's just a great privilege, yes.
Thank you. So we have some time to take some questions from the audience. I see a lot. Okay, we're going to start here. Go ahead. Yep. Yeah, so what made the film resonate so much? Because it is a what could be seen as, it's a small story and it really resonates beyond that. And if you can just talk about I guess everyone, I think this is a question for the characters as well. Like what really resonated to you about your characters? If we could start with Julianne.
Everything, absolutely everything. I think that, I was so knocked out. I'm so consistently knocked out by Sebastian's work because of his humanity and his ability to watch his characters so intimately and without judgment and observe them. And I think that was what was so thrilling for me about being in this, knowing that it was just someone who was living on screen. And I think that's why we go to the movies. We go to the movies to see ourselves and see other human beings. So I'm constantly compelled by his kind of filmmaking.
Thank you. Other questions? Thank you. Here at the front, go ahead. So the question is about the most difficult aspect of performing this role.
As I was saying, to allow yourself to be observed and not to kind of comment on that observation or be bigger than what that observation warrants. That was the hardest part, like knowing that it's okay to just be, alive on camera and try to be as real as possible. And you're like, is that enough? Or is it too little? Should I do more? What should I do? And I really relied very much on Sebastian to guide me in that sense because I didn't know. So that's really hard as an actor to do.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Yes, absolutely. So you all obviously saw the original film? Yes. And can you just talk about that? Like, how did that influence how you worked in this one?
Well, I'm still in shock. I shot a different ending. Julianne and I ended up together again. And I'm a little... I don't know if this is coming apart or they didn't finish it. I'm sure it's... But it's... All right. I mean, it's gorgeous. I don't know what happened. John?
I like your ending.
And you know, John, your character in the original film is quite different, right? I find this one a lot more likable. I mean, there's a lot more nuance. Can you just discuss that a little bit, how you work that out together?
I just did what he said. So, I just wanted to be a part of the film because I think it's rare that you see a film about a woman at a certain age. You know, we're all 7, then we become 27, and then we're 57, and we're the same person. I thought it was just, wonderful story about what a woman goes through. And obviously, I talked to Sebastian, and he kept saying, I said, well, the guy keeps, opting out. And he says, yeah, but he keeps trying. He kept telling me, he keeps trying. And that's what he really liked about him. And I thought it's important to the story that there could be something there, but the guy can't, embrace that. And I think it's very, human, and it helps the story. So I'm really happy to be a part of it, and it was just a delight to work with her. She's just, she's the best. So.
I'd like to say, actually, about everybody in the cast, what was extraordinary was just the level of ability of absolutely everybody on screen. People came on, would work for like 1 day or 2 days or something, and it was extraordinary. We were so, I was so grateful, and it was so thrilling to have that level of actor there every single day in every single part. These two were so magnificent. Yeah.
So we have a question right here. Go ahead.
I loved it so much.
I did all the choreography.
So the question was about the choreography.
Well, there's a new step that you can all apply now, Knocking on heaven's door or something. I love that. Is it riding a horse or knocking at a door?
This came out of Mandy Moore, actually, worked with us. And we did, obviously the disco stuff was just sort of like free dancing and stuff. And then we had a little salsa section. We did that. And then Mandy and I worked on the end section because we wanted the dance to have some shape. But the knocking thing happened because it was rhythmic. And I'm not a dancer, clearly. But I wanted to be someone who enjoyed dancing and wanted to, and felt it, And so that was, I kind of had my hands up in the air, and it was like, all right, when you're down, how do you come back? One knock at a time.
Okay, we've got, I know there's hands. Okay, go ahead here.
Congratulations. I'm interested, looking back at Sebastián's filmography, it seems to have this fascination with exploring women at different stages in life and different cultures, from disobedience, GLORIA, una fantástica. I'm curious to know where that fascination comes from.
Me too. Well, honestly, the other day I remembered that the very first exercise I made in film school was a story about 4 women. And I was like, oh, this has been there since always. but it became more conscious after the Gloria, the first version of Gloria. And then it, I don't know, it like connected with something that it felt very compelling to keep on exploring it, and it somehow, like, it opened a door for me that offered so many, I don't know, like territories, unknown territories to explore, and I wasn't like being strategical. I was just following really an intuition and what really moved me, and that's the only thing I do. And coincidentally, you can look backwards and connect the dots, and it seems like, you know, it's like a plan or something, or they say it's a trilogy, and I always go, yeah, sure, but it's not really like that. It's just that there is something hard to explain, but that generates this fascination, and I think probably it's the feminine that needs to be observed, analyzed, celebrated, protected, not only in women, but in men as well.
So we have time for one last question from the audience, and I'm going to try and do this. Oh, geez, there's a lot. Okay, over there. Yeah, go ahead. Oh. Okay, I guess two more questions. Go ahead, and I'll get to you. We'll go. Yes, go ahead.
Each character has a very, very specific part that they resonate in. For each chapter, is there a personal someone in your life that you channeled as that character?
Yeah, I guess for everybody. And
well, I had 3 dance numbers that never made it in, and I also did a song at the beginning. I was, I don't know, I don't think I have the ability to channel like my fellow actors up here. But I think I have 2 children. I went through a divorce, and I think I maybe went a little there. I just, especially when I hit the table. I think when I hit the table, I was channeling. I used to have a table before the divorce, 2 tables. So maybe there was a little of that. There was a little of that. I feel a little out of my league, to be very honest with you. And I'm so honored I'm around these people. I was doing a voice of a donkey a year ago, and here I am with these people. It's a little overwhelming, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Okay.
Thank you. Any other channeling going on? No other channeling. Is there some channeling?
So that would be too tough to follow, I think.
It is. That was very good. Thank you. We are going to have to wrap up, but I wanted to thank you so much for being here. This is the world premiere, Gloria Bell. It's on tomorrow again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.